Today we're continuing on the topic of ranking attractions, this time at Hollywood Studios. Hello and welcome to the Let's Go to Disney podcast. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Lucy.
Today is Sunday, March 24th, and you're listening to episode 28, Ranking the Hollywood Studios Attractions. Before we get into today's main topic, here's what's going on in the parks right now. Disney dropped some major summer park news late last week, and it's a lot, so get ready. Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza are finally opening on June 10th, meaning the last of the walls are finally going to come down, and we'll get our first look at the full transformation.
That's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. Literally, it's been so long.
Yes, it's been walls forever.
Communicore Hall will be an air-conditioned indoor space which will house Epcot festivals and other special celebrations year-round. It will also feature a new meet-and-greet location for Mickey and Friends. Communicore Plaza and Inspiration Gardens will have entertainment spaces, lush greenery, and plenty of extra food and beverage options. It all sounds amazing, and I can't wait to see what the finished product will look like. It's literally been so long, I can't even remember what it used to look like without looking at pictures.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm really excited to see this transformation. It's going to be great.
Yeah, agreed. Communicore Plaza will host a brand new show for a limited time between June 10th and September 6th. This will be an Encanto sing-along named Celebración Encanto. It will feature Mirabel and Bruno and run several times throughout the day.
I'm sure that'll be very popular.
Disney Springs will be home to Disney Dreams That Soar. This will be a drone show that will be above Lake Buena Vista. Disney said, quote, "These will be state-of-the-art drones choreographed to create designs in the sky paired with a musical score." It will run nightly from May 24th through September 2nd. Disney is not new to drone shows. They have them at Disneyland Paris and Tokyo Disney, so I'm very excited to see this technology coming to Orlando. Joy's Meet and Greet is moving from Epcot to Pixar Plaza at Hollywood Studios beginning on June 10th, ahead of the Inside Out 2 release on June 14th. There will also be new Pixar-style merchandise at the Beverly Sunset Boutique. Also on June 10th through September 6th, Animal Kingdom will play host at the Lion King's 30th anniversary celebration. This will feature a limited time meet and greet with Timon and Rafiki at Rafiki's Planet Watch, and there will be a new merchandise line and a Pumbaa popcorn bucket. June 10th is going to be a big day at Walt Disney World this summer.
Very big day. Yeah, I agree.
In Disney Cruise Line news, the name of the next ship to join the fleet was announced, the Disney Destiny. The Destiny will be a sister ship to the Wish and Treasure and will have a heroes and villains theme from Disney IP like The Lion King, Hercules, and 101 Dalmatians. This ship is progressing well and is set to be completed in 2025. Disney Parks blog shared a video and photos, so go check those out. Over in Disneyland, Disney Parks blog announced that 2 reimagined retail stores will be coming to Critter Country. They will be named Ray's Berets and Louise Critter Club. Ray's Berets will replace the Briar Patch and will feature apparel and toys among other merchandise items. Louise Critter Club will take up shop on the left side of Pooh's Corner and will feature accessories, home decor, among other items. Construction on these projects is set to kick off soon, and Critter Country will temporarily close as a result. That is all beginning on May 1st, 2024. This weekend, with spring break in full swing at Walt Disney World, Genie Plus prices peaked to a record highs with multiple parks and Magic Kingdom at $39, Hollywood Studios at $35, Epcot $32, and Animal Kingdom at $29.
That is steep.
Yep, those are some steep prices, but not surprising given that spring breaks are happening and Easter is just around the corner.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, but that is steep for sure.
Yeah, agreed. With that said, in today's episode, we'll be following up last week's episode where we ranked the Magic Kingdom attractions, and this time we'll be covering Hollywood Studios. Hollywood Studios is smaller than the other parks, and there aren't as many attractions here as there are at Magic Kingdom, but the attractions they do have are phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
They have some heavy hitters here, and some of my favorites in all of Walt Disney World are located at this park. Some people will tell you that Hollywood Studios is not a full-day park, and there's some truth to this depending what you're looking for out of your park day. The amount of attractions is small enough that if you have a really efficient morning and utilize standby queues and Genie Plus lightning lanes strategically, you can get all those heavy hitters done in the first part of the day, for sure, and then do something else later, like park hop or head back to your resort or Disney Springs. Having said that, Hollywood Studios can 100% be a full day park, and you could easily spend a full day here between the attractions and the truly stellar shows. Doing a full day here is not hard, and I'd say would be a day well spent.
Yeah, I would completely agree with this. We've definitely spent full days there and never been bored.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. So we're not including live entertainment like cavalcades, meet and greets, and the nighttime shows, although Fantasmic is fantastic, and you should 100% be experiencing that at some point during your trip.
Yes.
It gets a 10 out of 10 for sure.
100%.
So we listed the 14 attractions and shows here. You'll notice pretty quickly that that's less than half of what's available at Magic Kingdom, like we said. Okay, so it is a smaller park. It does have less volume, but the attractions and shows that are there are definitely worth your time and effort.
I 100% agree with that. Okay, so coming in at number 14 is the Alien Swirling Saucers. This attraction is located in Toy Story Land and is at the back of the park. It's the first on the left when you come in through Galaxy's Edge and the last one on your right when you come in through Pixar Plaza. Disney describes it as an out-of-this-swirl experience. Ha ha ha.
LOL.
So this is a pretty tame attraction, great for the littles. It's a spinning ride, not unlike the teacups. Overall, it's very tame, and the height requirement reflects at 32 inches. It's just okay. Our kids really enjoy it, but if we aren't with our kids, we are not going on that ride.
Agreed, yeah.
So we wouldn't wait too long for this one. For the most part, the wait time is not too bad, but during a busy park time, when Slinky Dog Dash is pushing 90 minutes or so and Toy Story Mania is over an hour, this can sometimes get a long wait as well, which is definitely not worth it in our opinion. We wouldn't wait more than 15 minutes or so for this ride. And like I said, when it's just Oliver and I, we don't ride it.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. It's not that it's bad, it's just that if you don't have littles with you, it's just really not that thrilling. There's not much to it.
We leave the line for the littles at that point.
Agreed. At number 13, we've got Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. So our West Coast friends sometimes assume that there's an attraction similar to Radiator Springs Racers in Disney World, but this is just not the case.
I wish.
Yeah, that would be awesome, but it's not that. Okay, it's a show. It's not a ride. It's located down Sunset Boulevard, way down there past Rock and Roller Coaster. So if you don't know it's there, you actually might miss it altogether.
I agree, you will, yeah.
Having said that, if you've got Cars fans in your party, it's definitely worth a visit because they're likely going to really love this show. Okay, so it's not long, clocking in at just about 10 minutes. It is cute, though. It features narration by Mater and a Lightning McQueen animatronic. It has a wraparound screen and takes you through a simulated race. But of course, there's a hiccup along the way. Not a bad way to get off your feet for a beat.
Yeah, I agree. At number 12, we have Muppets Vision 3D. This attraction is located on Grand Avenue in the Muppets Courtyard, which is just past Star Tours and near the entrance at Galaxy's Edge. This is a show that takes place in a replica of the Muppet Theater from the show. You'll be greeted by Kermit and Miss Piggy and the whole Muppet gang, and the shenanigans and fun ensue. The show is about 17 minutes long, and it is in a nice air-conditioned theater, so it's a good break from the heat and a good way to get off your feet for a little while. It features screen elements as well as animatronics, and it's really good for a few laughs. We like the show.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's never been that busy and definitely worth a stop during your Hollywood Studios day.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. It's definitely worth it. Okay, this next one may shock you to see it at number 11, but it's Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Now, a few things. It's a really good attraction. Don't get us wrong. I actually think it speaks to the stellar attractions in this park that Millennium Falcon doesn't crack the top 10 for us. So the pros for this attraction is the queue, okay? It's amazing. You walk in behind the Millennium Falcon and are walking through a mechanical room, and there's like wires and tubes kind of all over the place. And it's really immersive, and you get phenomenal views of the back of the Falcon as you start to climb up towards the pre-show area. In the pre-show, you're greeted by Hondo Onaka, and you're then escorted through the halls of the Falcon. You then get assigned a role, pilot, engineer, or gunner. The best position, obviously, is pilot, and the first time I rode it, I was an engineer. I was slightly disappointed,
yeah,
right?
I remember that,
yeah. But it was still awesome. Second time we rode it, though, same day, by the way, I was a pilot, and that was an unreal experience. Okay, so before you board the cockpit, there's also a booth with a table and a Dejaric board, and it's a really good place for a photo op.
Yes.
As a Star Wars fan, this was like a dream come true. The weakness for this attraction is that it's a 6-person cockpit, so you'll be put in with a party unless you're a party of 6 or more, right? So that's just standard. There is a single rider line here, so if you're party of 5, you could be made 6 as well. So just something to keep in mind there. Now, this is standard for Disney and for theme parks in general. So why are we even mentioning it? Well, given that it's essentially a flight simulator and you work as a team, it feels more intimate than being paired with someone for a ride like Test Track.
I agree completely. Yeah, you almost feel like you're working as a team of strangers. It's a little weird. Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that it's bad. It's just be mindful of that. So also, if you're 2 people, you're less likely to get the pilot position unless you specifically ask. Long story short, if you have a larger party and you're all working together, it's really fun because, you get to be with your gang and, you get to pick who's pilot. And it's also, so it's amazing in that sense. That's where it shines. But Lucy and I have been engineers with a party of 4, like more times than we can count. And it kind of falls flat, right? Your experience and mileage may vary greatly, but if you're put with a family of 4 who are having a good time together and you're kind of at the back just pressing buttons, it kind of takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
And not to knock it completely, though. Like we said, it's got some major strengths, but just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I completely agree with this. At number 10, we've got Beauty and the Beast live on stage. This is located down Sunset Boulevard on the right when you're facing Tower of Terror, just before you turn off for Fantasmic. This is an open-air covered theater and features the tale of Beauty and the Beast in a Broadway-style show. You'll hear the songs you know and love from the movie, and you're going to see talented performance from Belle, the Beast, Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, and Chip in life-size costumes. It really is a phenomenal show. I love Beauty and the Beast. She is my favorite princess, so I really enjoyed this show.
Yeah, agreed. It's super good.
We said this before on the podcast, but this is exactly the kind of thing that sets Disney apart. The Broadway level shows with skilled actors and performers that just deliver amazing performances multiple times a day, mind
agreed.
you, like
Yeah.
multiple.
Yeah, day
in,
in,
day
yeah.
out. Disney
Yep.
doesn't close, so every day they're doing this.
Yep.
Like I said, I love Belle, so we always make time for this one. And our daughter really likes Belle too, so it's kind of a really great show for us. And the show is a great way to take a break as well. It's kind of like stopping for a bite, stopping for a while, sitting down, resting your feet, and enjoying some quality entertainment while you're at it. This is a win in our books for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Super good show. At number 9, we are slotting the first time in forever Frozen sing-along. So this theater is located to the left of the Grauman's Theater when you're facing it, on the far end of Echo Lake near Dockside Diner. This is a fun for everyone in the family show that features the characters that you know and love from the movies. It tells the story of Frozen with some tunes from some very talented performers. The show is narrated by 2 residents of Arendelle, and they're legitimately funny.
They're so funny.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So the humor here is like for kids, obviously, but there's some for mom and dad as
Yes.
well, which makes it that much more fun. We really like this show. I'd recommend it to anyone, even if you don't have littles with you. It's just a really good show, and there's humor for everybody in it. With that said, if you have a little princess who really loves Frozen, well, the show is surely going to be a hit, like hands down. This is an inside air-conditioned theater that's dark and cool and perfect on a hot and busy Hollywood Studios day.
Coming in at number 8 is Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. This is our favorite show in Hollywood Studios for sure, and it really drives home the theming that was originally intended for this park, Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, agreed.
This is located at the far side of the lake when you're coming from the main entrance in Hollywood Boulevard. It's an open air theater with covered seating, and it's about a 30-minute long show.
Yep.
It's a great way to put your feet up for a little while.
Yep.
The show follows Marion and Indy through some fun demonstrations of stunts where you'll see actual live scenes and the demonstrations or stunts broken down and how certain effects are created. This show will close during inclement weather, which we have had that happen to us, like lightning. So something to keep in mind there. Hollywood Studios has some really stellar shows, as you've seen already, but if you're going to make time for one show, we would really suggest that this is the one you make time
100%,
for.
yep.
The kids loved it. We love it. It's really good and consistently one of our favorites across all of Disney property, really. Fun effects, some humor, true to theme for the park. Really good overall. Definitely worth your time.
Yeah, 100%. It's good every time. Like in the effects that we're mentioning, it's like they kind of do...
Like you feel the heat off of the
like fire.
It's,
Yeah, 100%.
It's awesome.
There's like explosions and cars flipping and like
gunfire.
like crazy acrobatics.
Yeah.
It's really like it's something.
It's fun.
Yeah. At number 7, we've got Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. So this thrill coaster is located down Sunset Boulevard to the left of Tower of Terror, just before the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy. This is a high-speed coaster with a 48-inch height requirement, so your younger littles won't be tall enough to ride this one. This is a legit thrill ride, okay? So all in the dark, and it's the only coaster at Disney with inversions, and it's no joke. We like this one, and we'll do it every trip when it's open.
Yeah.
It's been down for long refurbs recently, and it's down again currently as we speak. If you're rope dropping Tower of Terror, it's a good strategy to head right there before you head into the rest of the park. The theming is all Aerosmith, as you may have guessed, with their music playing during the ride. For what it is, it's well done. We recommend it if you like thrill coasters. We did this one back to back on our last trip, first thing in the morning after Tower of Terror, and man, oh man, we were both feeling it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're getting older or what it was, but
my stomach hurt by round 2.
I know.
I was like, oh no.
And like this is like the first time that's ever
Never
happened to us.
Yeah, we're getting older, I think, for sure.
It must be. Maybe it's the ride.
Yeah, maybe. At number 6, we're putting Toy Story Mania. At the risk of stating the obvious, this is located in Toy Story Land. When you enter from Pixar Plaza, it's the first attraction on the left. This is a 4D shooter game that takes place in Andy's room. It's a modern take of carnival rides, and you pull the string on a mounted cannon to shoot various projectiles at screens throughout the attraction. You compete against your partner and the 2 people on the other side of your ride vehicle. The games are Ham and Eggs, Rex and Trixie's Dino Darts, Green Army Men's Shoot Camp, Buzz Lightyear's Flying Tossers, and Woody's Rootin' Tootin' Shootin' Gallery.
Yeah.
This is such a fun ride. We actually get very competitive. It's probably not good,
Yep.
but we love this one. And our son says it's one of his favorite rides on Disney property.
Yeah, 100%.
He just loves this one.
If you ask him his favorite ride at Hollywood Studios, he'll tell you it's this one.
Yeah, he likes video games at home. So this one is right up his alley. Still a little hard for our daughter to keep shooting the cannons, but she enjoys it as well. It's a lot of fun. We just really enjoyed it as a family. It sparks a competitive flair, like I said, and it's just really fun and fresh every ride through.
Yeah, agreed. Super fun. At number 5, still in Toy Story Land, is Slinky Dog Dash. It's the first attraction on the right when you enter from Pixar Plaza. This is a super fun family coaster, and I'd say it's slightly faster than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train and a good graduation coaster to introduce more thrill coasters to your littles. It gets super busy with long waits throughout the day, and it doesn't let up. Like, it's just long waits all day.
Waits,
100%. The queue is all outdoors with a lot of it in the sun, so it's definitely a good one to rope drop if you're not heading to Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's not, it's a good candidate for your first Genie Plus Lightning Lane of the day because it books up fast and it's hard to find for the rest of the day after that, if at all. Okay, so it's not super long of a ride, but we have good memories on this coaster. It's a fun family one for sure.
Our daughter loves this one, and I agree. Rope drop this one, and then you'll get to ride it again if you have Disney Genie Plus. Totally worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
At number 4 is Star Tours, The Adventure Continues. So despite what you may think, if you have never been to Walt Disney World, this attraction is actually not located in Galaxy's Edge. It's located next to Indiana Jones' Epic Stunt Spectacular. It predates Galaxy's Edge by quite a few years, actually. It's been in Hollywood Studios since 1989, although it got significant updates in 2011. The original opened in Disneyland in 1987, and in our opinion, this is a majorly underrated attraction. We actually think if it was located in Galaxy's Edge, it would probably be a lot more popular than it is.
I think so, because so many people spend so much of their day in Galaxy's Edge because it's really immersive and
it's crazy,
hardcore Star Wars fans want to spend time in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
So I think that if it was located there, people would ride it more often because it consistently has pretty low waits. Like, unless the parks are super busy, it's really never that busy.
And unfortunately, Star Tours is just kind of tucked off in a corner somewhere, you know, so people just walk right past it a lot of the time, I think.
Yeah.
So we both really like this one, like we said, and we really wish it got more love than it gets because it deserves it.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a 3D space flight simulator, and it has different scenes that is randomized, so you get different experiences every time. It's fun, it's thrilling, and we absolutely love it. It never has that long of a wait, and it is 100% worth a stop. And as a bonus, it's getting new scenes from Ahsoka, Andor, and The Mandalorian beginning on April 5th. We are so excited to check these out.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to write it a few times to see how many of those we can get. Yeah, 100%.
Agreed.
At number 3 is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So this attraction is located front and center in the Chinese Grauman's Theater. No danger of missing this one, okay? Much to many fans' chagrin, it replaced a great movie ride when it opened in March of 2020. This ride has a pre-show where Mickey and Minnie intend to go on a picnic but end up in a train with Goofy, and you hop on the ride vehicle, which is a trackless train, and away you go. The ride has physical sets and immersive screens that make you feel as though you're moving. It's really well done, and we both really enjoy it, and so do the kids. We were fans of the Great Movie Ride, so we do miss it, but we also love that the parks are always changing and growing, and we have grown to love this attraction, and we appreciate it. And probably the thing that I love the most about it is that it's a ride centered around Mickey and Minnie, and given their importance in the Walt Disney Company, it's fitting that they have their own attraction.
I agree, yes.
There's an identical version in Toontown in Disneyland, but the queue is very different over there, but the actual physical ride system is the same.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, in front of the Chinese Theater, you're going to find all of the handprints and footprints from famous Disney legends. That's what 100%. I'll call them.
Yeah, I love that space.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So getting into the top 2 here, you know which ones are left, and Oliver and I actually disagree on this.
Yep.
The number 1 for me and the number 2 for Oliver is Tower of Terror. This attraction is located at the end of Sunset Boulevard. You can't miss it. It's a drop attraction, but really it's so much more than that. The Imagineering that went into this attraction is absolutely brilliant. The attraction is set to the theme of Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and when you enter is really well themed. After a pre-show, you enter a maintenance area and board the service elevator. Then you go up and you actually move forward on a track, then latch into another elevator shaft where you will experience the thrill of this attraction.
Yep, that's where the magic happens.
Thrill. It is such a thrill. I'll leave it at that for now. We're not going to spoil too much for you. This is a super thrilling attraction. We were worried the first time we took the kids on this one, but they loved it just as much as we did. We didn't tell them what to expect, which maybe that's bad parenting, but it worked for us because they were so shocked. They were so thrilled. They were so excited. They were scared. They felt everything, but now they love it. If you ask our daughter, Sophia, what her favorite attraction is in Hollywood Studios, she's going to tell you this one every single time.
Yeah, 100%.
It opened in 1994 in Hollywood Studios, and a decade later, in 2004, it opened in California Adventure in Disneyland. In 2017, Disneyland's version transformed into Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, and there are versions in Paris and Tokyo as well. This is a really fun and thrilling ride. I cannot emphasize on the word thrill more. The whole family loves this one. It's a must-do multiple times every trip. We rope drop this one often. That's how much we love it.
Yeah, 100%. And like, don't get it twisted. Like, it's number 2 for me, but I still love this one. It's a classic, and I would never go to Hollywood Studios and not ride Tower of Terror.
We would be heartbroken if it was closed 100%, that day or something. 100%.
And for the longest time, only one shaft was open, so we'd have like such long wait times, which is heartbreaking because we'll do it as often as we can.
Yeah, but honestly, when the 2 sides are open, the line still is long, but it moves pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, it definitely moves way faster for sure. Yeah. So my number 1 is Rise of the Resistance. So I don't think it's actually fitting to call this attraction an attraction. It's a full-blown experience. So 2 things here. 1, I'm a big Star Wars guy, and the first time I stepped foot in Galaxy's Edge, it was overwhelming and emotional for me. And the first time I rode Rise of the Resistance, I legit teared up. Okay, it's really that good.
It is.
The main reason I call it an experience and not an attraction is that it has multiple parts, really like 3 parts altogether. You have a pre-show with Rey, BB-8, and Poe, and then you board a Resistance vessel that is kind of a ride in and of itself. That ship is captured by the First Order, and you come out into a First Order ship and are filtered into a cell. Cast members are acting as First Order crew, and it's all awesome.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job.
Yeah, 100%. You're then busted out by the Resistance and board another ride vehicle for what I'd call the main portion of the experience. It sounds like major spoilers, and in a way it kind of is, but the rest of the ride is really like, it's unreal. The whole experience, the sets, the sheer size and detail and the elements, it's just so well done. Like, thoroughly a good experience. I will always buy a Lightning Lane for this one and wait in the queue to ride it a second time. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite at Hollywood Studios. And you don't even have to be a Star Wars fan to appreciate it. Lucy is not big into Star Wars, like, at all, but she loves this one too. Definitely worth rope dropping first thing in the morning. Definitely worth purchasing an individual Lightning Lane for as
Agreed.
well. If you don't do this when you're in Hollywood Studios, you're 100% missing out. Am I hyping it up too much? Maybe. Okay.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Almost certainly you will like it.
Yeah, you do not have to like Star Wars to appreciate this ride, I promise you.
Yeah.
As you can see, there are not nearly as many attractions in Hollywood Studios as Magic Kingdom, but there are some really awesome rides and shows. We love this park. It's smaller, but it's mighty, and there's a lot to see and do.
Yeah, agreed. And you may disagree with our list, and like we said before, that's totally fine, okay? That's the beauty of the Disney parks. There's something for everyone here, and it's meant for everyone to be able to enjoy. Having said that, thanks so much for joining us today to talk Hollywood Studios attractions. If you haven't already, find us on Instagram at letsgo.2disney. And we have the same handle on TikTok as well if you'd like to find more tips in Disney fun.
We're also on Facebook. Our page there is Let's Go to Disney. Also, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, we'd sure appreciate if you took the time to do that.
And if you can find the time to drop us a rating and review, it would be greatly appreciated and it helps us reach more listeners. And like we always say, that's why we started this, to help people have great Disney vacations.
Absolutely.
Have a great day, and we'll see you real soon.